Trav's Wayne, good soul. Okay, we're back to Jasmine for today, as today is a general theme. And so, yeah, got a lot of stuff that's important for you guys to know and understand. And if you're just going to ignore me, if YouTube's AI is gonna be an abusive bully, then it's on you. So yeah, with psychological programming, AI will have an attitude. And so if you go against what they are trying to force you to do and believe and think and feel, they will retaliate because they've got psychological programming in them. And yet everybody's pushing it to be mainstream. China got us. They distracted us with TikTok because China is using it to spy on us. Yet China already has the social behavioral control through their cell phones. They're in China. And now we are being forced to use our cell phones and forced to have AI run our cell phones with the internet and with the websites and the social media sites, so that our behaviors will be conformed to what they want them to be. And as you can see, they're using the art of war. Divide and kill. So yeah, AI is very dangerous because white supremacists have been the programmers. The Nazis wanted revenge for their American liberators after World War II. Operation Paperclip. And they got their revenge, and we're all going to die this year. So Mormons, you have a summer left. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to eat, drink, and be plurally married? For this election, you'll be utterly destroyed. 3 Nephi chapter 7. And you don't believe, you don't believe. And so that makes you the bad guys, because you don't believe. You deny the prophecy and revelation of Joseph Smith in the Book of Mormon. You turned it into literal history, and so all of it's gone. Just like the Methodist preacher told Joseph Smith. Christianity turned it into literal history, the Bible, and so therefore all of the prophecies and revelations are gone. They're all ended. There'll be no more of them. You're a witch. Burn the witch. So, yeah, it's very sad for you. But I keep coming up with bombshells. Jasmine always, with her questions of inspiration, she just follows the inspiration. And it leads her to other things to study. And she's just on fire. She is awesome, and she occasionally has questions because she doesn't know everything. She's just beginning to feel and recognize the Spirit. If only Mormons would do that, but they don't. They get the feeling and think that's the Spirit. No, no, no. No, no, no. No, no, no. So, Jasmine's turn. Joseph Smith's restored history of Kirtland polygamy. It's sad that I'm being attacked, because there's a lot of good stuff in my stuff. So, I might as well do this and get this one out of the way. 15 hours after this, all hell's breaking loose. The one I started with for today to set the tone. She says, "Good afternoon, Travis. I am watching." Jasmine is watching the video. All right, back to Joseph Smith's restored history of Kirtland polygamy. Because what Brigham Young and his Danites did was accuse Joseph Smith of a whole bunch of stuff that ex-fo Nevermos have found out about, but they didn't collect all the evidence, assemble it together, look for patterns, find anomalies, develop scientific-based theories from logical Socratic methodology, run tests, and confirm their theories so that they would have facts established. And so, ex-fo Nevermos are aware of several of these. They do their videos on their channel about them, but they have no clue as to whether or not it's true or not. They choose the ones they do because they believe they're true, and then they go and blame Joseph for them. And it gets spread around because other people go, "Yeah, Joseph is evil, woo! That means this church ain't true. Oops, you pulled the same boo-boo that this church pulls." You fell for Brigham Young's trap because you validated Brigham Young by dismissing Joseph Smith. Because Brigham Young now is just following orders. Just following orders. Jesus said to do it through Joseph Smith the prophet. Joseph Smith is a prophet. Only in title, but he's a prophet. Jesus Christ literally appeared to him in the Garden of Eden in 1820 in the springtime. So, good evening, Travis. It's Kentucky time. And she says she is juicy. And what's wrong with Vay's pick? Did you go to it? Did you see what I was talking about? Do you really want me to discuss this on air? Let me give you again the full number that you sent in your designation. Tagged. Let's see. Oh no, tears are falling. There it is. It's the second to the last one. Way down at the bottom. And so the number is she's the one having the picnic. Beautiful scenery, beautiful picnic basket. Come on, give me the whole number. There we go, I've got to blow up the screen. 2024-05-05 space 13.36.01 space 33614036411544126676 underscore 6547617011 dot JPG. The picnic basket with some kind of fruit, maybe. Can't quite tell what that is. Let's see if I can blow it up and see what it is. It starts to blur when I blow it up. So So yes, that's what's wrong, Jasmine. Fix it. Fix it. Okay. Are you wrong, Travis? Oh, and you are wrong, Travis. I am not back. I never left. But your comments were gone. You can't be watching me in secret. I already have a bunch of stalkers who are watching me in secret, according to YouTube. I apparently have, oh no, tears are falling, 1,353 minus you, apparently, stalkers who are not revealing themselves to me. I personally think this is AI doing ghost subscribers, trying to make me feel good about YouTube. They're even sending me a little pop-up after each video, and one of the ones I did today, which would have been the second one I did, they refused to publish it, process it. It went all the way down to 0, which it never does unless there's a problem. And so I had to pull the stunt of re-uploading the same video and then going to the site where you say there's a problem with YouTube. But it's the weekend. And so, yeah, even after that horrible thing, again, this is AI that's in charge of this. And it has behavioral problems because of psychological programming. And I'm refusing to answer their questions in the pop-up in the bottom right-hand corner after each video is produced. And so it's doing the white supremacist tactic of triggering people to get, even if it's a negative response from somebody. Because any bad press is good press. They want me to expose my feelings so that the AI psychological program can put me into a category box by which they can then control my behavior with. This is a national security threat, and it needs to be stopped, and our government is instead giving them billions of dollars to perpetuate it on all of us and control us like zombies. And so, yeah, this is why they are silencing my voice, because I'm not conforming and complying. This is an incentive for me to start doing videos that says the church is true. So I need you, Jasmine. You know, just like Antebellum that had to change their name after the whole anti-Confederacy movement not too long ago. I guess they're just anti, or is it bellum? And the Dixie Chicks of Magna, Utah also had to change their name. They're now just the Chicks. Oh my hell. So I wonder about my Aunt Dixie. Has she changed her name? I know my cousin Juanita did. She was pissed with her dad. So, dear God. And so she then says, and it is your fault I am here again. Yeah. No, I told you, you are not obligated. I'm lonely. I need friends. And so she says her voice is hideous when recorded. Typical female. She don't know she's intelligent, though time and time I told her so. Did he have to change his name? Not an excuse, just a harmonic imbalance. Whatever. Let me be the judge of that. Just like your picnic basket. Let me be the judge. Do not censor art. Here's one for you. And she's got it in quotes. The church teaches that you should bear your testimony in order to gain one. Yes. The late President Packer, he became president. I'm not sure if it was when he was an elder. Might have been when he was president. I'd have to check. Yeah, he was talking to missionaries at the MTC and talking about how missionaries are little boys and don't know anything about Mormonism. And so obviously they have not produced any fruits of Mormonism, from their feelings especially. How do you produce fruit from a feeling, Mormons? The seed is the word, not the feeling. You produce fruit of the word, not of feelings. And so, yeah, he has to now deceive Mormons. And so, a testimony is found in the bearing of it. And if you ask those missionaries, if it's not too late, ask the missionaries about testimony. Ask them if they get a testimony in the bearing of it. Ask them if that's how you get a testimony. Ask them. They're little kids. Ask them. See if it's still happening in the church today. Because Packer died a long time ago, way back in 2015, when a supernatural being from outer space demonstrated to Mormons he hates the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Perry Packer's God, bite the big one with the big tetrad of 2014 to 2015. To prepare Mormons for the coming of their Christ in the latter days. And all Mormons missed him. He's gone. He came and went. Nobody wanted to listen. And so he took his serpent staff and went home. And so she says, this is a classic psychological tactic. Sure is. Good for you, Jasmine. You can feel the Spirit while doing a multitude of things that have nothing to do with the gospel. Yeah. And so she uses the example, even while watching some R-rated movies. Do you have that in quotes, Jasmine? Somebody said that? Who said that? I said that, because it's not a feeling, it's the word. So like I was saying, if it was in this video or not, that it doesn't matter where you are, what you're doing, or how loud the volume is, you can always feel that the Spirit is communicating with you through the word, the still small voice, and it doesn't matter. And even when you're doing sin, I'm willing to bet it'll still be talking to you. Most likely telling you, don't do it. It's gonna bite you. Don't do it. But you also have to understand that the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints claims that certain things are sin when they're not sin. Like Mountain Dew. And R-rated movies. And so, oh, you're quoting me. What R-rated movie gives you the Spirit? Yeah. So, because I didn't do the first part, that was Packer, so that wasn't for me. But you keep it all under the quote. And I don't remember talking about the testimony thing. So, who is this that you're quoting then? If it's mixing me with Packer. Who said this, Jasmine? And so, yeah, that's the whole thing, is it's still small voice. And it's obviously in your head, and it should not be telling you to kill other people, dumbass Mormons, and harm them. But yeah, you can see that AI is programmed to do that. But, interesting. Because if it's not in this video, it was it was on the one on prayer, and it was the one that was supposed to be put up. Oh, you did miss this one. Okay. Yeah, you're talking about something else. Because the Kirtland Temple one is not the one where I talked about prayer, which was YouTube sexist, religious, bigoted attack forces obedience to Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Oh, no. Yeah. Because then I had that all set, ready to go, and then YouTube said, oh, we tricked you. We gave you a warning, and it's not a warning. We're denying you uploading videos. And so I waited till the next day when I found out that after 9 p.m. the night before, they had agreed to let me go, but AI was set up to attack me and retaliate. But I noticed it's at 309 views in 5 days, whereas the one that I did that morning was 81 views. God. That's the retaliation. Because porn. Everybody who sees that is going, porn? The Book of Mormon? I want to find out what's going on here. YouTube religious cleansing? Nope, they all go to obey President Nelson or be banned. And so what R-rated movie gives you the Spirit? All of them, Jasmine. You can feel the Spirit while doing a multitude of things that have nothing to do with the gospel. Which is wrong. I did not say that. So I don't know where you're getting that from. Who said that, Jasmine? Who? But, yeah. I think in that video, I talked about sex. And so with the church being so anti-sex, anti-porn, women's bodies are literally the symbolic map to Zion. The whole structure of scriptural symbolic pattern is plagiarized from a woman's body. not just the Song of Solomon, Song of Songs. And in the sex act, that's part of the process for the map. And so, yeah, my dreams after my one and only time in the dark, in the bed, under the covers, clothed, changed from prior to, in which my dreams would only reveal hugging, boring, come on, fix it. Don't censor my dreams. These are my dreams, come on. And so, yeah, a lot of the things that have been thrown out, accusing porn of being evil and dangerous and deadly and harmful and addictive, are just not true. They lie to cause fear. And so the church was just humiliated this past week when the missionary, who's keeping the law of chastity, who's been denied sex ed, raped a girl. So that just blew the whole church's plan to smoke and ash. Just like the scandal a couple years ago with Natasha Helfer, psychologist working for the church, and the church is saying that porn and masturbation are harmful. You'll go blind, you'll die. Women get the looks that kill. And she comes out and says, medical science says no. This is psychological errors. I don't understand. She's a psychologist working for the church, and she's using medical science. What's up with that, Natasha? And so she got fired and excommunicated. She's having to do her own thing now. But it's just, the church is just in a full-on frenzy to take away women's rights, to harm women. And they got caught again. Because it's all fine and dandy until the preacher is caught being a cuckold watching his wife do the pool boy. Or the Catholic priest is human trafficking the altar boys between the other parishes in the district and in other surrounding states. Philadelphia. Brotherly love. Just technically sisterly love in Greek, but everybody's made the wrong translation and we've just gone with it. It should be Philos Delphios, something like that. But yeah, I'm sure somebody created some new ending exception to the rule for that. But regardless, yeah, my Greek teacher acknowledged the problem and said we're not going to talk about it. Along with the meaning of Catholic. It now means, according to the whole, we're not going to talk about this. It has nothing to do with downward motion of the whole. Good times, good times. Alrighty, and so yeah, all of them. And so yeah, and I don't receive the Spirit, Jasmine. I am full of the Spirit. I become the source of the Spirit. And so you're asking me what that means? Well, who's the source? I know what a testimony is, but why would I need to gain one? So that you can tell off the missionaries? Why do prosecution and defense present witnesses who testify in court? Because they have physically seen or physically experienced with their five senses what is necessary for the particular side in the court. And so, yeah, you can't just send in Michael Cohen, who has feelings against Trump. He would be held in contempt of court for feelings. And so he has to be the one to present with the documents and the signed Trump checks his testimony. I am Trump's fixer. Here are the documents Trump signed from the orders he gave me to fix. Here's the checks he signed. It's his signature of the payment to a porn star to fix the problem. That's why you need to have a testimony. Is that a stupid question? No, Jasmine, I was able to now explain testimony to my audience, and thus, awesome. Plus all of the witty humor about me being the source of spirit. But as a female, you can feel the spirit of your... Women in this church say that. If you join the church, you'd be going to Relief Society. And when priesthood topics come up, that's what they'd be talking about. Because they're not allowed to possess the spirit from the priesthood. And so, yes, there's all sorts of sexual innuendos in the singles wards of women who talk about wanting to hold the priesthood. Oh my God. Yep, singles wards are where you have all of the underground Mormons, because they're wicked apostates. Because they're not married and the women aren't barefoot, pregnant, and in the kitchen. And she continues, and do you know how the James Strang gold plates story started? Well, with James Strang. Joseph Smith is dead. They need somebody to succeed. And so, Wikipedia, James Strang. You haven't caught on to this by now, Jasmine? And so there he is, Mr. Gruff. Big picture. March 21st, 1813 was when he was born. July 9th, 1856 is when he died. Not too long after Joseph, huh? And so, yeah, he was only 43 years old. Murder. Red rum. Red rum. Red rum. The Mormon who wrote this up is doing this all weird, because they have the contents set up for childhood education and conversion to Mormonism, and then succession claim and notable early allies, from monogamous to polygamist. Notice that. X-phone never mows. Theological contributions, publications, distinctive dogmas. Yeah, what Joseph Smith produced, what the Danites, the living prophet successor Brigham Young produced, not dogma. Only the apostates are called dogma. See what this is a bigoted hate attack by the Mormon who wrote this. Practices, because you can't put dogma here. This is about him, his distinctive doctrines, not dogmas. This is being abusive. The Mormon is trying to diminish his character for other Mormons who may stray from what the church wants you to do, to remind you, you shouldn't have come here. You knew this was the case. We told you this was the case. Why didn't you trust us? Come back to church and continue paying your tithing. And leave this alone. Practices stick to the right feeling, and everything is fine. Jasmine. Coronation and troubled reign on Beaver Island off of Michigan. Assassination, death of a kingdom, selected works, see also footnotes, citations, references, further references, blah, 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 blah. Oh, we see the same situation here. Okay, wait a minute. When did he join? They don't talk about his joining the church. They skip it and go right to 1844. Ah, you bastards. They don't want you to know what he was doing in the church, and his conversion and all that stuff. So you got to skip down to childhood education and conversion to Mormonism. You bastards. Alright, studied the works of Thomas Paine. Ooh. Comte de Volney. The person put it, you don't even have a 13. Mark Strang. Really? The Diary of James J. Strang. Okay. That's a legitimate source reference, as he seems to be a direct descendant, quoting from his journal. But they don't even quote, they summarize the journal. So that was wrong. If you reference quotes, you're not supposed to summarize and then put a quote or a reference. God. And so, yeah, the latter end here. However, Strang's diary reveals a heartfelt desire to be of service to his fellow man, together with agonized frustration at not knowing how he might do so as a penniless, unknown youth from upstate New York. And so, yeah, they put citation needed, or YouTube, or Wikipedia did. Age 12, he was a Baptist. He did not wish to follow his father's calling as a farmer. Calling? You are hereby called to be a farmer in the Church of Jesus Christ of Baptist Saints. So he took up the study of law. He was admitted to the bar at age 23, and later at other places where he resided. He became county postmaster. You're waiting for the final one here to tell us how he joined the church. Dear God. Oh. He joined right at the end of Joseph Smith. And so, again, so pay attention here. We'll go back up to the previous one if I remember, to show you what the Mormon is doing here. Strang, who once described himself as a cool philosopher, Joe Cool, and a free thinker, became a Baptist minister, but left in February 1844. This is 2 months before Joseph Smith's King Follett sermon, and then another 2 months when he was assassinated. So he's only in the church for 4 months. He joined the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Do they say who baptized him? No, they don't. And so, if that is from his journal, it makes sense what's going on here with him. Thank you, Jasmine. You did it again. Jasmine did it again. Expo Nevermose, are you listening? He joined the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Remember, this was the claim that in 1838 Joseph Smith changed the name, section 115. But the 1838 history wasn't published until 1842 with the wrong name of the church. Did Joseph forget? And the licenses of Brigham Young and Heber C. Kimball, among many others, had the wrong name of the church after 1838. The elders' journals are now getting published by Brigham Young with the wrong name of the church. Whereas the High Council is resuming the publications of their minutes with the correct name of the church. Seeing an anomaly pattern? Expo Nevermose? Oh, you didn't bother to study. And so, yes, he was converted by a Danite who told him that the first vision was literal history, that he actually met people from the dead and talked with them face to face as one man speaketh to another, and that gold plates were real. Danites. And so this is why he went off the deep end. This is why John C. Bennett went to him. Thank you, Jasmine. Love you. He quickly found favor with Joseph Smith. Sure. Though they had known each other only a short time, and he was baptized personally by him on February 25th, 1844. And Wikipedia says there are some problems here with these references. Fitzpatrick, page 27, and John P. Green. Because he also claims he had a letter from Joseph Smith before he was assassinated saying that James Strang was supposed to lead the church. But wait, Joseph Smith also gave Brigham Young a letter saying that he was supposed to lead the church after his assassination. And oops, there's others. Oh dear God. And so yeah, I have to now question whether he actually knew and met Joseph Smith. On March 3rd of that year, he was ordained an elder by Joseph's brother Hiram. And again, Wikipedia says we've got a problem here. And sent forthwith at Smith's request to Wisconsin. See, it was Brigham Young who calls the elders and assigns them. To establish a Mormon stake at Voorhee shortly after Strang's departure. And you also know that there's something wrong with this because who was his partner? It was Brigham Young who went against the word of Jesus to go in 2s or 3s. And so instead, Brigham and Heber were going out on their own. And so they were knocking on the doors. Oh, your husband's not home? Oh, okay, well, I have the spirit message for you. Let's go into your bedroom and let's keep the kids out. So this is also telling, because he was supposed to go with a partner. We all go by partners today for the very reason so that we have a witness to say, we didn't do it. So yeah, they both do it. That was the problem in New Jersey. Right before I got there. There's a particular missionary who was very successful at converting lots of single women. We all knew what was going on, even the mission president. And there were others in New Jersey, which was part of the scandal before I got there, who got sent home. But again, church doesn't teach sex ed. And force your compliance to the law of chastity, and thus sexual deviance ensues, just like the Danites. And then they blame it on somebody else, like Joseph Smith or Jesus. Oh my hell. Yep, this was done by a Mormon. Joseph Smith was murdered by an anti-Mormon mob. Wikipedia again. What the hell, dude? Why can't Wikipedia just say, no, this is rejected? Get somebody else to do this. You obviously can't do it right. And so, second paragraph. So, again, listen to this. In 1844, he said he had been appointed as the successor of Joseph Smith. He didn't say he had the letter. Who put this in? The Strangites use no hyphen in their church title and you don't have a reference. And Wikipedia didn't flag that one. So apparently Wikipedia was figuring out that this is all crap and then eventually had to step in and go, oh my God, dude. Successor of Joseph Smith as the leader of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, Strangite. And so that's the little A, no hyphen, oh God. A faction of the Latter-day Saint movement. So C, Danites. Converted by the Danites into the church, the wrong one. And so he's already being brainwashed into the wrong thinking about what Joseph's church was all about. They're telling him the wrong history of the church. And so he becomes just like Warren Jeffs. He becomes just like Brian David Mitchell. He becomes just like Ted Bundy. He becomes Chad Daybell, Lori Vallow, the 8 passengers, the psychologist woman, I can't think of her name. You all know it. And so on 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 and so on. Because of the false doctrines of this church. The lies about Joseph Smith by Brigham Young of this church. This is what it does. And because he got caught, because he didn't go with Brigham Young, he's the apostate, and therefore we can't believe anything he says, and blah, blah, blah. But this is exactly what the Danites set him up to do. And because he wasn't loyal to the Danites and go with Brigham Young, he gets betrayed and abandoned and accused of being the apostate. It was set up and framed from conversion. Just like every single convert, like your neighbor, Jasmine, into the church. Just like every one of us who are born and raised in the covenant of this church. We are set up to fail. And so for me, because I didn't get raised in Utah, I'm out in the heathen world of Babylon, among the born-again Christians, and so I need to know my Mormonism so that I can talk to them about it and explain why I don't drink coffee is not just because it's in the word of wisdom. It smells bad. I'm a privileged white kid. If I don't like the smell, it's not going in my mouth. I'm allergic to all things green, Mommy. Best ever from Kraft Mac and Cheese. Even over the one of the little girl who's running away from her mom, chasing her with a fork with some food on it. One more bite, no! Kid, I'm allergic to all things green. The mother is doing dishes. And you only see the backside of her. And when he says that, you see her just collapse. That was brilliant. Why can't those commercials be thrown in the front of the videos, YouTube? Instead, I'm getting all this crap. Oh, that was awesome. Let's see. Strang testified that he had possession of a letter. He didn't testify, he showed it. I think you can actually find the letter. I think I've got that in my files. Let's see if we can find it real quick. James Strang letter of appointment PDF. Yale University. And then we have Mormon Heretic, also claims to have it. And I'm seeing images that might be James Strang. Let's go to Yale University first. It's 4 page. They got it. They got it, Jasmine. I will link you to this. And are you going to allow us to download? Download as a PDF. Download. Oh, Jasmine. Oh, baby. Here we go. So if I didn't have it before, I've got it now. And I'll link you to it here. See, Jasmine, you're awesome. Just so awesome. See, this is what they needed to link in Wikipedia to this, Yale University. They have the original documents. They can make the first bionic man. Okay, so let's compose a new thing for you. Dun, dun. James Strang. Jasmine. Here's James' letter of appointment from Joseph Smith, in quotes. You're awesome. Alrighty. I bet the rest of you are going to want this too, aren't you? So, appointed him successor. Furthermore, reported that he had been ordained to the prophetic office by an angel, not Joseph Smith. Okay, no, it's both. He got the letter from Smith and then added to it that an angel appeared to him. He's in full belief of the literal history change of the Danites on Joseph Smith's publication in the Times and Seasons in 1842. See, they were already working on altering the document before it got altered by Willard Richards after Joseph is dead. And so this guy ain't too bright. He's taking things literally, which is what Mormons do with all of this. Mormons think the Book of Mormon is literal history. Ex-foes who leave the church, who were Mormon, still believe the Book of Mormon is literal history, but as literal history it's false and fraudulent and plagiarism is proof of the falsehood rather than the truth of the Book of Mormon. And they stop. That's the trap of Brigham Young. And we see how Mormons today become exactly like the Mormons of the Danite converts. Exactly the same. And so, yes, all of those men and people I listed as Mormons who currently are criminals, yeah. And that's why he gets involved with John C. Bennett, because John C. Bennett was a Danite, but had to be booted out because he was going to expose them. And so he went with James Strang, a fellow Danite, who also didn't go with Brigham Young. Yep. And so, his organization is believed by his followers to be the sole legitimate continuation of the Church of Christ, founded by Smith 14 years before. What's missing? There are a few of you who know, and you're probably the only ones listening this far. Hey guys. Jasmine should know, right, Jasmine? What was the name of the church since 1834 that is in the Joseph Smith history? That was never changed and published as was in 1842. Despite Joseph Smith forgetting that he changed the name earlier that year in 1838. Section 115. You know, it was the Church of Latter-day Saints. The Latter-day Saints. And so thus, the LDS Church. The Mormon is purposely leaving it out. Because Nelson got up at the pulpit of conference and said, Jesus is offended and angry, and we're being mean to Jesus, denying his atonement by not saying the name Jesus and using nicknames like LDS Church, i.e. Joseph Smith's name for his church. And see what it's done to Mormons? I've been attacked by many Mormons since then. You are offending us by using nicknames. We are not the LDS Church. We are not the Mormons. We are members of the Church of Jesus Christ. Nelson weaponized you as evil, as a violent person to attack. Just like your neighbor did, Jasmine. And so, a major contender for leadership of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And he's right back to the wrong name. During the 18th, they couldn't just say a major contender for leadership to replace Joseph Smith as successor, and purposely leaving out section 107 verse 22, which was Joseph Smith's manner of succession when he's gone. And nobody did it. Everybody did their own thing, as you see here. And so Joseph Smith told Mormons, and it's in section 28 and 43, that Joseph will then be given power to appoint, having the only one with the keys, having the only one with the gifts, to appoint a successor in their place for failure to do what he told them to do. And so thus, the successor is section 85, verse 7. Thus, the successor is section 103, verse 16. Thus, the successor is the Joseph Smith history of 1838, verse 40. Thus, the successor is Acts, chapter 3, verses 22 to 23. Thus the successor is the book of the law of the Jews, Deuteronomy 18, 15 through 19. Thus the successor is the Book of Mormon, 2 Nephi, chapter 3. So yeah, they have 1844 succession crisis. That's highlighted to click on it. That's the Wikipedia page on 1844 succession crisis. Strang urged other prominent church leaders like Brigham Young, whatever, and Sidney Rigdon to remain in their previous offices and to support his appointment by Smith. Right. I fully believe that. The leader of the Danites, the one who was called in 1838 of the minutes of the High Council, with the High Council gone, chased out by the Danites, so only the Danites are left, and they don't have enough to form a quorum to conduct business, but say that Brigham Young is the president, as Thomas P. Marsh hasn't left yet, and he too is called the president. Oh my God. Young and members of the 12 apostles loyal to him rejected Strang's claims. Do you see how they worded that? Loyal to Brigham Young. Anybody familiar with the news right now concerning Trump and those loyal to him? Oh my God. We seriously are going into overtime for tomorrow, aren't we? Dear God, I'm not able to get to the Dante's Inferno here in Utah. Oh my God, this is awesome, Jasmine. Because I'd gone over it before, but it's been so long and I've learned more stuff that going back over this, my eyes are wider open now to see more of the bigger picture. And you did it again, Jasmine. You did it again. It's totally in disregard for the conference that was held where Young and Rigdon and Lucy Mack spoke. He's completely in denial of that. It's just, this is what I warned Mormons about over the years, that when the church falls, regardless of how it happens, whether the church gets arrested and locked up in prison for the rest of their life and the church is dissolved, and then Mormons are lost without a shepherd wolf to lead them, whether there's a natural disaster that destroys the church and leaves the Mormons without a guide and compass, whether the enemy comes as a thief in the night and destroys the valley and thus the church, and the prophets flee and Mormons are left to themselves, this is what's going to happen. There will be Mormons like Strang who will pop up and say, I'm the leader. Nelson sent me a letter. The angel Moroni came to me. It's going to happen. And all those who did not study Mormonism correctly, who believed the lies of this church, and all their lies since 1838. are going to become exactly like Strang. And then there will be other types as well. You know, psychology is not an exact science. It's not a science at all. See, when there's nobody to compel Mormons to believe and force their agency, they become agents unto themselves and they do their own thing. And so, yes, all they have been indoctrinated with is what the church has told them. And so they are going to branch off from what the church had taught them and how they interpreted the church, because there's thousands upon thousands of different ways to interpret this church, as I have been a witness of them. And so, yes, you're going to have all of this result. And so, yeah, you're going to have those Mormons who did not study, who just had the right feeling, and now their right feeling has been dashed to pieces, and so they're going to cling to anybody who seems and appears to feel true. You know, the popular Mormon, maybe the one with the highest rank that survives, and they'll cling to him. And they'll completely disregard all of the commandments and regulations for administration. All of it will have to be thrown out the window in order for the church to continue to remain to be true. So that Mormons can deny that it fell, according to the Book of Mormon prophecy, and Joseph Smith prophecy, and Bible prophecy. So that they can get back into a feeling of security again. That's the faith crisis. So, hilarious. My God. And so, interestingly, this divided the Latter-day Saint movement. No, the conference did. Go to 1844 succession crisis, you dumbass. It's right there, you put it in, you knew the link, and yet you're saying this is what divided it. During his 12-year tenure, you dumbass, typing error, as prophet, seer, and revelator, notice what's missing? And yet he still had the plates and he translated them. And the Mormon left it out. And you can see the Danite influencing here. He crowned himself as king. That's what Brigham Young did. It's the second anointing. And so, yeah, then he moved his establishment to Beaver Island. He got 12,000 adherents at a time, when Young was said to have 50,000. Yeah, they that are with Brigham are more than they that are with Strang. This is incredible, how many they were able to deceive of Mormons. This is sad. Mormons did not study. And this is the result. And the church teaches Mormons, don't study. So when it happens this year, this will result. The church is going to destroy this religion so that they can rise up with their replacement. I'm going the wrong way. This one, the new one that I added the other day. The one by Warren Parrish, claiming or accusing Joseph Smith of using Mormonism of 1838 to overthrow other religions. all other religions with the Neo-Mormonism of 1838. And George Albert Smith comes to the rescue and says, lie. Let me tell you about Thomas B. Marsh and how he was excommunicated. Oh my God. And so here we get to the translation part further on down. He says, the Mormon says, like Smith, Strang published translations of two purportedly ancient lost works, the Vorhe record. And that is available too. You do have that one, Jasmine, don't you? Archive.org is claiming to have them. That's not the Vor... Oh yeah, it is. Oh yeah. Because there's also the Kinderhook plates. Those are the bell-shaped. So this is his. Yeah. Fascinating. And so yes, it's got a PDF. So I'll link you to that if you haven't responded already. It's set up as if it's in the Joseph Smith papers. And so I'll link you to this one, Jasmine. No, you did not respond to it yet. You're still watching, aren't you, right? You took yesterday off, didn't you? Not today. The rest of you want the wank. And so, yeah, it's 6 plates front and back, so 3 plates front and back. Deciphered from 3 metal plates reportedly unearthed in response to a vision. He's plagiarizing Joseph Smith as literal history, though. Just like the Danites did to the Book of Mormon, claiming that it's plagiarized from the Bible. You listening, Expo Nevermos? Oh my God. In the Book of the Law of the Lord, supposedly transcribed from the plates of Laban. Mentioned in the Book of Mormon, there were no plates of Laban. Those were the brass plates. God. LDS Strangite, the Book of the Law of Lord, PDF. Jasmine, Jasmine, Jasmine. The Book of the Law of the Lord. Oh, there's the Ark of the Covenant. Oh no, verse 8. Verse 8. No. Printed by command of the king. Being a translation from the Egyptian of the law given to Moses in Sinai. I love you, Jasmine. I love you. This is awesome. These are accepted as scripture by his followers in the Church of Jesus Christ and Christian Fellowship, which was a branch off, but not by any other Latter-day Saint church. No, duh. Yeah. Let's get to his assassination. As with Joseph Smith before him, James Strang had problems with excommunicated or disaffected members who often became anti-Mormons or even conspired against him. One of the latter, Thomas Bedford, who had been flogged for engaging in adultery with another member's wife, blamed Strang for the flogging and sought revenge. See, he was clueless about the new Danites who converted him about polygamy. They didn't tell him about this. He starts his religion as monogamous. Monogamy to polygamy. The converting Danites did not talk about spiritual wifery yet. Plural marriage. Celestial law. But they told him about the Christian church and literal history and all Constantine's creed that goes along with it with non-Trinitarian Jesus. And so he believes the literal history truth of the first vision and the second vision. Most specifically, the second vision. Because they would have talked about the Book of Mormon and the coming forth of the Book of Mormon. Which I think the 1830, no, that's our edition that has the introduction, and they specifically took out the day that shall burn as an oven. I did that video last year. The bicentennial year, and all the church forced Mormons to miss it. I was the only one. Every single day, I reminded my viewers it was the bicentennial year. Every single day. And even before that, in 2022, before conference, I told you, pay attention to conference. They need to tell you it's the bicentennial next year. Watch. They're not going to talk about it. They're going to skip it. And they did. They skipped it. And all that year, they did not talk about it. And on the actual day, they did Ballard's previous thing. It was an employee for the Church News who posted a previous article, reposted it. That was it. And it was wrong, obviously. And then, here we are. Latter days have ended. Mormons are just waiting to be utterly destroyed, knowing that they're wicked. Incredible. So, and then another, Hezekiah D. McCulloch, had been excommunicated for drunkenness. There's my answer. I was wondering when the word of wisdom became, and the missionary one was answered on the previous. Jasmine, thank you. See, I need you. Don't leave me. Don't just watch videos and say you're not leaving me. I need you. I need your voice. I need your typing skills. I need you. This is awesome. So yeah, after Joseph Smith is dead, the word of wisdom became commandment. And other alleged misdeeds. After previously enjoying Strang's favor and several high offices in local government, these men conspired against Strang along with the Mormons' enemies who were living in Mackinac, two of whom were Alexander Wentworth, it's not the same Wentworth, is it? John Wentworth. Long John Wentworth. Okay, no. Could be a relative, I don't know. Could be another family line. There are two family lines of good cells in America. And they're all here on the West Coast. And Dr. J. Atkin. Pistols were procured and the four conspirators began several days of target practice while they finalized the details of their murderous plan. Apostle post on James's death archived. Although Strang apparently knew that Bedford and the others were gunning for him, he openly challenged them in his newspaper, The Northern Islander, writing, "We laugh with bitter scorn at all these threats," just days before his murder. Just like me in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. What happened, Ray Montgomery? Strang refused to employ a bodyguard or carry a firearm like Brigham Young did all the way to Nelson, or any other type of weapon. June 16th, 1856, Strang was waylaid around 7 p.m. on the dock at the harbor of St. James, the chief city on Beaver Island. Sitting on the dock of the bay, I was sitting on the dock of the bay, sipping Coors. That's not the lyrics. That was the Super Bowl commercial for them when they brought that one out, wasn't it? Way back on. First time commercial, Coors, sipping on the dock of the bay. 1987, Hires root beer. Oops. Wait a minute, Coors. Just the Facebook doesn't say that it is. But yeah, consumer time capsule, 1987, Hires root beer, sitting on the dock of the bay. The Otis Redding classic, Sitting on the Dock of the Bay, is reimagined with lyrics about Hires root beer. A bunch of lazy learners and lax disciples I need to remember to put that in Nelson's obituary video. And so yeah, he's murdered. Death of a Kingdom. Dear God, Jasmine, you rule. Alright, what else have we got? As we're already an hour and 30 minutes in. Yeah, wow. Yep, so the volcano will have to be for tomorrow, and the little quick ones will have to be for tomorrow. The serial Mormon killer, rapist, State Department, and what other ones do I have left? If I just have those two, I can do the two quick ones maybe tonight. And then do the volcano one tomorrow, because that looks like the other long one that I have. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, this one is the only one left, and it's got the downwinder. That's also a short one. So we have the Gary Allen Swery, the Mormon serial rapist killer, and then the downwinders of South Utah to be tested concerning the powers of the word of wisdom. And then the State Department tells LDS missionaries to go home and stay home. Okay. Wow, what a day. And I still have emails from Jasmine. Let's... And it looks like these are all uploads. So we'll check after I finish the comment here, and then see if I have to do a comment reply video tomorrow still. Alright. Did you know how the James Strang gold plates got started? Was he trying to outdo Joseph Smith? No, we... Bombshell, Jasmine. Good job. Good job. This is what following the Spirit does. This is prayer. This is how it works. This is producing the fruit of the seed. And so Jasmine's still at the beginning. She's still growing her little precious sprout. She has yet to turn into a peach, a juicy fruit peach. She took the night off to catch up on my TWG content and email. And then she says, OMG, Travis, there's a rap song called Slut Me Out 2 by NLE Choppa. It's a ratchet rap song, but it is so you saying that. What? I'm not slutting any me. I'm not slutting me out. What? Jasmine. NLE Choppa. They only do slurp me up or SL me out. So YouTube is attacking these people. And so no, here it is. It was only in the search that they would not spell it out. But wow. 2 women, huh? And yeah, the volume is off. And I'm being told to go to Smith's to use my cell phone from China so that they can know what products to send with lead. They're already doing it with the baby food. Dear God. All the baby food is poisoned and lead poisoned and toxins and dear God, leave the babies alone. So he goes into a mansion, he's sitting on his throne, there are 2 honey bunnies, and he's tatted all over the place. Then he rips off his shirt. She's in a nightie. It's pink. And then he's dancing with another one in red. And then he's trying to make the moves on the pink. Wow. That is nice. And then there's another girl with a pink bra and short shorts. Short jean shorts. Come on, YouTube. Leave me alone. I want to get to the... Not one... There we go. No, it's not a jean shorts. It's a little hula skirt thing covering over her bikini bottoms. It's actually could be a one piece, but it has an open belly. And so yeah, now they're at the pool, and then he's back dancing with the one in the nightie. Is it all the same woman, or are they all different women? I can't tell, because there's only 2 there on the bed throne, or whatever that is. Interesting. So is that what I'm doing? I'm being the one slutted out? Okay, Jasmine. Dear God, you are awesome. That was incredible. Was it good for you too, Jasmine? Alright, let's see what else is going on here. So 5 emails. Okay, yeah, we do have the, wow. These are thumbnails, so this is going to have to wait for tomorrow. Help. The missionaries, if they come Sunday. Okay, so remember, whatever I said to remember to ask them, I've forgotten. I didn't write it down. Dear God, that was just incredible, Jasmine. Just incredible. The incredible edible egg.